Hello everyone, this is Jandaku and I am Jacob. Today I'm going to be talking about since it is May, that means it is my last project at college, meaning I have to make something big and crazy to get my A-level. And I'll talk more about it later, but basically I have just not been watching stuff this month since I've been working. So that's probably why this video is a lot shorter than the rest, because I know like 2 are like half an hour, and this is probably going to be like not even like 6 or 7 minutes. So like my letterbox diary is so dry, it's literally 5. Well, I watched The Boys season 3. My intention was to watch all of it before season 5 came out, and then I finished season 3 and I thought season 3 was pretty good. The ending kind of stupid. It's just like it could have ended there, but they decided let's carry it on. But I'd say season 3 is pretty good. I still said season 2 is my favorite, but by far the best episode is Herogasm. Set up Soldier Boy to then like it all leads up to like a big battle, and it's crazy. Ending is just okay, but I still think season 3 is quite good. And then I have heard that season 4 isn't the best. I looked at the reviews, it says it's like decent. People say it's bad though, so I don't know. And I watched the first 2 episodes and was like, wow, nothing is happening. And I was just like, can I really be bothered to watch this? Because I've been spoiled. I know who dies and I know what happens to like people. I don't know what the story is, but like 2 of my favorite characters died. Like it's so annoying. Just like it demotivates me to watch it, but I probably will eventually. I'm still gonna make the thumbnail and the title about it, because I want the views. And now for the 5 movies I did watch. This isn't even a movie. James Gunn, he has a short film called Human Z. He was like, it's like one of his first films. Like he had already been writing, but it was the first thing like he made. So I just watched it in class with my friends, and it's actually like quite good. Like the budget, like there's no budget. It's just like, but like you can see like how funny he is and how like interesting of a person he is, James Gunn. Because like this is just his short film, and it's just about this like half human, half chimpanzee, and it's like really funny. And I was actually thinking about this, like James Gunn, because like he's a good director, but I don't think like people don't talk about him like he is a super good director. And I could see like the way the DCEU, is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called, but his version of it, like if that does well, and I could in like the next 10 years I could see him being like regarded as like a super good director, because he is. And then speaking of DC, I was bored, so I watched The Dark Knight again. Yes, The Dark Knight, I'm done. And then I was also bored, so I watched Cars. I just keep seeing Cars edits for some reason on my Instagram, so I was just like, oh, I'll watch, I guess, Disney paying people to make edits, like that one clip where he like jumps over. I love Cars. Cars is awesome. And then I was at my dad's house. He was like, do you want to watch a film? I was like, yeah, sure. He's like, what do you want to watch? I was like, can we watch Anchorman? He was like, yeah, so we watch Anchorman. I have no idea where my Anchorman CD is gone. How do I use that? Okay, I don't know where my Anchorman CD is. Genuinely. DVD. And then finally, you might be thinking, Jacob, this is the most stupidest video you've ever made. I forgot to say I broke my arm. I forgot to mention it. That's why I haven't been watching movies, because I want to make a good thing, and my arm is broken, so I have to work double as hard. It's really hard to film. But yeah, I watched Obsession. I woke up on Saturday, literally the other day, and I was like, I saw a message from Caden Noble, who you should know if you're watching this. He said, hey, do you want to go to cinema? I have a free ticket. I was like, of course I do. I ain't been to cinema in over a month. So he's like, hey, do you want to see the Backrooms? I was like, kid, I'm already gonna see the Backrooms. I'll be talking about that on next month's video, because I'm watching in 2 days. But he was like, okay, not the Backrooms, do you want Sheep Detective? And I was like, okay, sure, I'll watch. Obsession is literally out in cinema still. Can we just go see that? And I spent like half an hour trying to convince him. I was like, I'm sure Sheep Detective is great, but Obsession is literally right there. So then we go see Obsession, and it is a perfect movie. I don't know how you make this at 25 years old. And with a budget, I think the budget is like just under $1 million. Like, how are you doing? Like, it's gonna make like 20 times its budget. Probably more than that. But like, the thing is, horror is not my favorite genre. Like, a film like The Lighthouse, that's like the most amazing film to me, even though I'm not a big horror fan. And then I watch a film like this and I go, this is amazing, even though I'm not a big horror fan. And I don't like, because I get like genuinely the hardest I've ever jumped. There's a scene where they're in the car, and you just know there's gonna be a jump scare, and like this girl's talking and she's like, to be honest, I don't really know. And it's like, when there's like a pause like that, that's when you think it's gonna happen. Like, you think it's gonna happen, and then it just doesn't, and then the scene carries on, and you get lost in the scene and what they're talking about, and then the jump scare happens. That's how it gets you. And it's just like, it's like so well done. Like, it's just like horror. It's just, I don't know what's happening. It's just all everything's happening in the past few years. People are just like making amazing horror films, which is weird because like there's like the old school horror films which are just like, hey, big scary guy chases you. Then it was like the kind of like the 2000s to like the 2010s when it was kind of just like rubbish, but then kind of like 2017 and like a bit onwards, so for some reason like people have like, wait, we should actually make good horror films. Like I haven't watched them, but like Hereditary, for example, like I feel like people have just been like, let's make good horror films. And Obsession, great horror film, but like a film with literally like, I don't even think the actors have like been in stuff before. Let's check. Yeah, they've both literally been in basically nothing, and like he's a YouTuber, he's like me, and I haven't watched his like his YouTube films, but I think I will after watching Obsession, because I think they're very good. And I think he's doing another one. He's remaking something. I can't remember though. If that's your debut film, like Obsession, that's crazy. Like, and I hope he becomes like a big director, because in like 15 years time, and they're like, hey, how is this your first film? Like, how was this the like first feature film you made? How was that even possible? But yeah, Obsession's amazing. The whole like last half an hour is crazy. And yeah, that was me waffling. No script, boom. For my last unit at college, I made a short film. It's finished now. Well, okay, let me walk you through the plot. So the story was these two alien hunters, they're tracking an alien. They go home, they're chilling, but then picks up another one. They're like, oh, we gotta go now, because we know for real that there is one. So then they go back out, it's night, and they see a glowing orb. And one of them goes up to it, and there's a crazy reaction. The orb explodes, absorbs one of them. The other one goes home, freaks out, and the orb follows him. Then he goes to sleep, he wakes up, the orb is there. He's like, what the heck, why is he in the orb? And the thing is, their goal, the two characters, their only goal was to find an alien. Now, the thing is, he finally found one. But the thing is, he don't have his partner with him. So what's the point? So instead of like going, hey, alien orb, let's do stuff, he goes, no, I gotta get my friend back. So then he goes back, and they was recording on the camera the whole time. He looks back at the footage. His friend got turned into the orb. Why would you pretend to be an orb? Like, why did this happen? And he goes, well, at first I tried to tell you it was me, but then I saw how happy you was at the fact that you finally found an alien. So I thought I would just pretend to be an orb. Like, I was gonna eventually tell you, but you just seem so happy. And it's like these cute, wholesome moments. Then all of a sudden, the orb starts growing again. It's like, what the heck? Big boom, screen goes white, it fades out. The other guy's gone. Now there's two orbs. They both get turned into two separate orbs. And then like, what the heck? Why are we orbs? And he's like, I don't know. And then they float off into space. It's gonna be what my film was. It was gonna be 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Filming took a while. And I had done most of the filming for like the first part. Like before all up to the bit they go back into the forest. And that's when I broke my arm. I fell off my skateboard. And I thought, okay, I have like 2 weeks to finish the full project. My arm is in a lot of pain. I still have a lot to film, and I'm quite stressed. I could just make it so a meteor crashes into the house and kills them both. That's what I did. So the whole latter half gone, they just die. You can watch it. The link's in the description. I'll put it on the end screen if you want. What I might do though is like I will film the official ending. Depends if I can be bothered, because I lost a lot of motivation when I broke my arm. I was just like, wow, my film is ruined. But then I thought, no, look on the bright side. That is the funniest thing in the world. They just die. They just die at the end. Like, it sets up this crazy thing, and they die. And I was like, I actually like that, but I might make the full thing. If I, like, let's say in like 10 years time, if I'm a proper director, then yeah, I'll make it. But I think I might make it in the summer. Depends how I feel. And that's all the things I've watched. If you're interested, I listened to JPEG Matthews' newest album. Didn't watch it. I listened to it. So okay, it's just a bunch of songs. Bye.